And we are back here, 95.1 FM, 790 AM, KFYO Mornings with Dave King and Matt Martin. It is 7:35 AM, and we're broadcasting from the Thacker Jewelry Studio. See the custom collection at 6120 82nd Street in Lubbock. And as always, about this time of the month, we have Eddie McBride, who's the head guy,
He's
the CEO of the Lubbock,
president and CEO,
the award-winning Lubbock Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, Eddie.
Good morning, Dave. Hello, Matt. Thanks for letting me come down and just keep on talking about all that award-winning stuff. That sounds pretty good.
Have you ever sat down and counted how many awards you guys have won?
No. No,
you don't have one of those glass shells like they have in high schools with all the trophies?
Well, sure, we have that in the I Love Us wall.
It's just too many
that's
to
on
count.
there.
And you've never counted them?
No, I've never even thought about counting them. It's not about the quantity
Your
of
mission,
the awards.
Your mission, should you
doesn't
decide
have-
to accept it, is to count the awards and report that next.
He doesn't have time for that, Dave.
I've got all the offices. I'll have to go by and see all the awards that are in everybody's offices as well. And their
the reason I bring that
certificates
up is because you guys have done just a spectacular job in winning awards and doing things for the city of Lubbock. Very, very active Chamber of Commerce we have, and we should be proud of it.
Thank you very much.
We
I
are
appreciate
very
you
glad you're
bringing
here.
that up. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
It is. It's nice to have you here, as always, and because you've always got interesting things to say.
Yeah.
So say something interesting.
Wasn't that a disappointing but still rewarding game last
Well,
night?
It
I'm
was.
still-
I mean, you can't complain about losing in overtime, but man, it hurts. I mean, it was such an exciting game, and you feel when your season ends early, it's kind of frustrating. But man, when you make it all the way to the end, it's so much harder. When you lose, and then when it's such a close game, everybody always says that you want a game to be fun, entertaining, and close, and I'm okay with that when I'm watching a game out of entertainment. But when it's my team,
you really?
I don't want
Sure.
it close. I want
Yeah.
it to be. I want my team to destroy the other team and then stomp on their graves.
That's it.
So-
I'm agree, but you got to remember one thing too. This is historic because there has
this-
not been a Texas school. I mean, there has not been a Texas team in the national championship since University of Houston, and there hasn't been but one win, and that was by Texas Western in '66. So this puts
word.
Texas Tech's team up in some of the greatest
in
teams
Texas,
that Texas.
for sure.
that
Matt
basketball.
missed that day in school about sportsmanship. By the way,
Yeah, but to win is to win, and so the Virginia obviously deserved to win.
Oh man, they were hitting every shot. They looked good.
But Tech, they performed great. They had a few problems on their end of the offensive scoring scheme, but the fact of the matter is absolutely everything on earth to be proud of. Nothing to look back on with regret. This is just a wonderful ride.
And this was a
great
rebuilding
season.
year.
Oh yeah,
What's going to
and-
happen when they've got their team together?
And Coach Beard, what a great job he's done with the guys, So it makes you feel, like you said, sad, disappointed but nonetheless something so proud to be part of and to root for such a great team.
so tell me, how is the team looking for next year? What are the prospects?
Well, we've got some seniors. You got to graduate, and you still what's Culver going to do? It's going to be an interesting ride. But I can't help but think that Chris Beard had to work with these guys the last couple of years, and he's got kids in the pipeline. So I think all in all, I've got quite a bit of confidence in what.
It should be one heck of a recruiting year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even enrollment is up at the university. That's a fine thing to see because of the national championship game that they got to play in. All the attraction.
We got to build more apartments.
Yeah. Oh, we can do that. I guarantee you. If there's one thing we can do is build more apartments, and we need them too. So, but yeah, it makes me. We had a bet with. We won our bet with the Lansing Regional Chamber of Commerce when we beat Michigan State on Saturday night. So, with us running out of time last night, we get to send a basket of Red Raider meats to the Charlottesville Regional Chamber of Commerce in
they'll
Virginia.
enjoy that.
Oh, they will enjoy it. We offered a meat-to-meat type of deal. If we won, we got Virginia ham, but we told them we'd be sending them some good Red Raider meat or Red Red meats. So
a bottle of wine would have been a lot easier.
Well, that's what we
just a thought. It's an afterthought.
That's what we bet against Lansing. They're going to send us some of their local craft beer. So, but we're going to send them some wine. So this is a great opportunity. So we enjoyed that contest as well.
So Eddie, let me ask you this, because this is one of the things that. And you haven't heard a lot about it recently, but have you heard anything about the vet school there at Texas Tech? I mean, I think the Final Four has put Texas Tech on a big stage, especially in the state of Texas. It can't hurt any, but has there been any movement there?
Well, the House has passed their $17 million budget,
right,
which has that line item for $17 million for the vet school. The Senate's taking up their budget as we speak. You know, there's a $4 million in there to start with, so we hope through the conference committee that they get closer to that $17 million after it's all said and done. But it seems like it's going well flowing through the House. I think there's still some opportunities in the Senate to conclude some good conversation. And I think all in all, at the end of the session, you'll see in the budget, you'll see some money for the vet school, which is going to be huge. And the next
probably
step,
in between the two amounts.
Well, I hope it's closer to the 17 than the 4, of course. But nonetheless, I think any that's a biennium deal. They need the money to go through the next several bienniums. So this is just the first of many steps. But then the next step will be the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. And Chancellor Mitchell and President Skuvenick, they've done such a great job leading this effort. And I think with all the support, the Amarillo Matters PAC, what they're doing down in Austin to help secure it as well is great. And I think all in all, with the folks that are doing to ensure that people understand the importance of it. Excuse me, Guy Lonoregan, Dr. Lonoregan came to our harvest lunch a couple of weeks ago, and the evidence is irrefutable. I mean, I have an opportunity on occasion to tell everybody that how it's the facts. It's not an emotional. It's not an anti-A&M thing. It's A&M is still going to have. They get 162 students this year, and that'll be the largest cohort. They'll have the largest vet school in America, and so it's not about it's about specific. It's not about A&M. They've got a world-renowned vet school. Keep it that way, and we need them to be as good as they are. But what this is going to do is really settle a need that we need for rural vets and for large animal vets. I think it's very important. Okay. So it'll work. I really do think it'll work.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about y'all got the Uncorked event coming
on Friday. Yes, sir.
I'm always excited about that.
And we're back here at 7:47 a.m. with Dave King and Matt Martin on KFYO Mornings. And along with us once again, Eddie McBride, the CEO of Lubbock Chamber of Commerce. Eddie, Uncorked.
Uncorked.
I don't know who thought of that, but what a great idea.
It's my favorite event of the year. Now, I'll say that. I'm not going to be
glad to hear that.
No. Barbecue.
No. Uncorked is still my favorite. I'm not going to be able to go this year because my wife works and she couldn't get out of it. But
I'm sorry to hear about
it's
that.
It's sad, but I might even cry about it. I'm going to pop open some wine on Friday night either way. But anyway, point being, it's a great event. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, as a little bit of reminder, and you started off with that, Dave, by saying we're celebrating, obviously, grape growers, the wine makers, and the wine drinkers. And obviously we have such a huge industry that's growing, and we produce over 80%, almost 90% of all the grapes that are vented in Texas right here on the High Plains. So it's very important for us to recognize not only what's going on in our region, but in the state of Texas as well. So this is celebrating not only regional wines, but also Texas wines. And of course we have it's from 4 to 9 over at the Windmill Museum on Friday night, and not only
get an Uber.
Get an Uber.
So
many
fun,
people get Ubers,
and it's so much easier. You don't have to walk back and forth, and if you drink too much, you're okay. Get an Uber, or CEO Transportation something.
Yeah, and I think that's a very wise thing to do. Or get somebody, you hate to go to a wine event with somebody that doesn't drink, but if there's somebody that doesn't drink, you get a dedicated driver, do that too, Hey, there's a lot to eat, a lot of music.
Y'all have great food and
music.
You have all kinds of stuff there. It's not just
wine.
wine.
And there's a Wine 101 class that we're offering this year, and there's also a Wine and Dine Texas style class that we're doing this year. So we not only celebrate the drinking, but we celebrate how it's made and how to pair it with other meals and things of that nature. So I think we do a good job to celebrate the wine industry for what it is in Lubbock. I think it's very important.
Well, do you have any numbers like of how big the wine industry has gotten in Lubbock?
As far as the economic impact?
Well, yeah, and compared to cotton or agriculture and meds and all that. I know it's tiny, but still.
And I've seen it, but I can't remember it right now, Dave. I'll have to get back to you and let you know that. But nonetheless, it's growing. I mean, just the fact that the amount of acreage that has grown as far as grapes themselves and as far as how many wine distilleries and wine makers do we have here now?
Have you been through the brownfield facility?
Yes. And
amazing. They have got a bottler. Is that what you call it?
Uh-huh.
That's got some equipment that's one of a kind, and it's really astounding. I was astounded when I saw all the investment that has been made in the wine industry in Terry County.
Well, and what's amazing about all this, too, is that we still probably aren't as well known, not only throughout Texas, but throughout the nation in that respect. But we have a lot of award-winning wines. We recognized at our awards dinner a couple of weeks ago, Greg Bruni from the Llano Estacado they recognized him obviously for the impact that he's had on the industry, not only here in West Texas but also in Texas.
Yeah.
And so I think it's very important for folks to know that we're trying to do our best at trying to not only celebrate this industry, but also give everybody an opportunity to learn more about it as well. So that's why we do the Uncorked Wine Festival. So we're awful proud of it. Again, Friday night, 4 to 9. You can get tickets still.
This is the fourth annual, right?
This is the fourth annual, yes, sir. And it's getting bigger every year. I'm sure that in years to come we'll have to find a different venue. But right now the Windmill Museum works perfectly. Mm-hmm. They treat us so well, and it's easy to get in and out of. And I think it's great for people to have a chance to do that. So, but nonetheless, if you want any more information at all, 761-7000. Call down to the chamber or come visit and find out more about the event. Go to our website, lubbockchamber.com, and find out everything you need to know, and come out on Friday and enjoy a little bit of wine. There'll also be beer. There'll be food trucks and food.
And quickly, we've got the LISD communication partners.
Yeah, the community partners. We're participating in that as a host, and I think what's important to know is that LISD does a great job with rounding up folks in the community to partner to help raise and teach these kids. So we're real proud to partner with them.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back and close things out with Eddie. And we are back talking, of course, with the Lubbock Chamber of Commerce main #1 man, Eddie McBride. And we have Lubbock After Hours, huh?
Business After Hours on Thursday, April 18th at Casey Carpet One. Come down and see Casey Doyle and his crew of hard-working folks and have a good time. Business After Hours, 5:30 on Thursday, April 18th, Casey Carpet One. Then I want to go ahead and wish y'all a blessed Easter, of course, on April 21st. So
yes.
And then April 23rd, we're going to get together with both Cooper School District, Friendship School District, and several of the other associations in town, Realtors, Apartment Association, trying to get the home builders in so that we can all talk about the importance of the May 4th election and the county bond election on roads. So that's going to be obviously the only issue on the ballot. And it's one of those things that it's about infrastructure, but it's also about safety and security. We know Woodrow Road has for years needed to be really upgraded and everything. So we're really out and supporting getting them out to vote and getting them to vote in favor of that bond election. Oh. And so April 23rd, 2:00, we'll do that down at the chamber. And May 2nd, on the National Day of Prayer, we'll have Charles Foster Johnson that used to be at Second Baptist Church. We're having him come and be the keynote speaker at our community prayer luncheon on May the 2nd.
Yeah.
So we're one of the few chambers in America that actually have an event where we celebrate prayer.
You know what? And that just reminds me how glad I am to live in Lubbock, because there is so many places where you could not do that.
That's a fact, and we're very proud to have a chance to do that, because prayer is so huge in our lives. But to do it as a community in that respect is is, I think, a pretty strong deal. And again, most of these events that we do are run by volunteers. So we have some of the best volunteer business leaders in the community. I get to walk with the giants of the business community on a day-to-day basis. So the chamber really offers up quite a bit of opportunities, not only for folks to get in and pitch in and help run the community as far as from the business community's perspective, but I'm really proud to have a chance to work with these folks, and so it's a good day to be at the Chamber of Commerce.
Every day is a good day to be at the chamber.
Absolutely, and go Tech.
Go Tech.
Well, hey, we got a lot of baseball still coming up.
Oh my gosh!
And
yeah.
did you see that the cheerleader in Palm Squad won
another national championship,
national title?
Yeah,
and I mean, Texas Tech is winning everything like crazy, except for football.
Yeah, well, they got this year coming up. I mean, we got a new coach, a new opportunity.
This is the year.
Waiting to see.
This is the year, guys. Trust me.
First year is usually tough. First year is usually tough, but hopefully he'll perform well.
Eddie, thank you so much for coming out. Always enjoy your visits every month.
Dave, Matt, thank y'all guys.
You bet. And we're going to take that 8 o'clock break and be back on the other side.